Find a comfortable position and focus on your breathing. Allow your spirit to return to your body. Bring your awareness home to reality. Leave all the images, all the stories, all the stimulation, and just allow yourself to find stillness. As you focus on your breathing, try to bring the attention from your eyes, where you're used to looking out at the world and seeing all the different creatures that were created by the Creator. Bring all that attention back inside your body, inside yourself. So when our eyes are open, the spirit dwells within the eyes. It's perceiving its surroundings. It's experiencing from that perspective. So now we want to bring that perspective back to its core within the world of thought. We're leaving the world of objects and we're going into a world of concept. And that world of concept directs different areas of our brain. Based on how we perceive concept, accordingly our brain organizes our thoughts and our behaviors. So now we're withdrawing from our external eyes and we're bringing our energy into the internal eye, the eye of perception. And we're allowing ourselves to find stillness in that world of concept, in that world of perception. And we find stillness by ceasing to draw images about realities that are not real and present within us. And so this way we get to see what it's like to be us without any additional stimulation, without any illusions. And so we get to experience the spiritual side of ourself, the part that animates our life, the part that thinks and feels and speaks and acts. Because that part is the core. That part of us is the part that gets to exist to eternity, even when our body ceases to exist. And so we want to invest our identity at that core of ourselves, at that source, at that intelligence that created our bodies and is thinking within our minds. Because that intelligence represents the intelligence that created life itself. So we want to surrender to that intelligence and identify as that and realize the separation, the difference between reality, which is the experience we have when we're quiet, and the interpretations that we create with thought, speech, and action, with the world as we interact with life. So we want to distinguish what is real in nature, what is real because the Creator decided that it's real. The Creator created in such a manner. And what is the additional interpretations created by man? The creation of the Creator we cannot question. Creation of the Creator is exactly as it needs to be, and there can be no detail that is wrong. The interpretations of man are mostly wrong. And so those we have to question, those we have to verify. Do they match with the nature of what the Creator created, or are they in conflict with what the Creator created? Can they cause conflict within the organs? Can they cause conflict between people, between humans? And everything that causes conflict is not within our nature. Our nature is to avoid conflict. Our nature is to release stress hormones, which are dangerous, which are toxic to our body, whenever there is conflict. And so this is nature's way of telling us that we need to avoid conflict. Conflict is not healthy. So everything that was created by man that creates conflict within nature or between people is unnatural. And so we need to find a way to avoid living in such a manner, to avoid behaving in such ways or thinking in such thought patterns or experiencing such emotions. And this requires that we become comfortable within our own nature. To become comfortable within our own nature, we need to learn how to become quiet, learn how to behave, how to have full confidence in the one that created life, and zero confidence in the opinions of the human mind. When that happens, then we can start living life. Then we can see life for what it really is. Until that happens, all the mistakes that we believed in our past are going to follow us. And they're going to question our life. They're going to question our behaviors. They're going to question our sanity. So only when we realize that life is not ours in the first place, we are just thinking, we're within a human mind trying to figure the situation out. We can't dictate to the situation what it is. The situation dictates itself to us. So only when we realize that can we find peace and stillness. Can we allow life to be just as it is? And when we can allow life to be just as it is, then we can perceive life just as it is. Then we can start seeing life for what it really is. We can start understanding life for what it really is. Everywhere where we argue with life, everywhere where we disagree with life, we can't see life for what it is. We can't understand any longer. And then we become an obstacle. Our opinions and beliefs become an irritant in that area of our lives. And so we look for a place of quiet. A place of quiet is a place where the one that dwells within is comfortable with all the concepts and beliefs that he is living with. He finds peace in his identity of who he thinks he is, and he finds peace in his beliefs of what he thinks life is. And then, from a place of peace, we can gain access to life. We can see life for the first time. Life is bigger than any individual. Life is bigger than anything we can imagine. The fortune that we have to exist, the fortune that we have to participate in these words, cannot be described in many, many lifetimes. But our mind is limited. Our imagination falls short when it tries to perceive the magnitude of this moment. And so, as we become still, we can allow ourselves to fully appreciate the reality that we were given existence, we were given power, we were given the privilege of experience, and it's upon us to try to figure out, to try to understand what is the purpose of this experience, what is the goal, what does it mean to get it right, how do you win and how do you lose, how do you measure and who's measuring. All these things we want to try to understand so that we can exist right, so that we can experience right, so that we can create right. Right, so that later, as we become more and more aware of reality, we realize that we were complementary to reality, we didn't contradict reality. We brought peace to reality, we didn't bring conflict to reality. So as we're going to realize the truth is the cause of the events that take place as they are objectively real in the true reality, in the way that it works, in the way that the Creator knows. And that truth is one day going to be available to us. Because that truth is us. We already know that truth. That's how we know who to be. That's how we know who we are. That's how we know how to behave. It's that truth that drives us. We don't understand it, but we experience it. We don't know how it works, but we know that it works. And so that truth is what we're always trying to comply with. Because eventually that truth will be known to all. That truth is the only truth that will hold. All our imagined stories are going to vanish as soon as the truth comes to light. So as we become quiet, we come to terms with that truth. We learn how to accept that ultimate truth. Even before we know it, we accept it because we are that. We have no other place to be. We have no other place to go. We are the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth is what allows us to be so that we can even discuss what the truth is in the first place. And so that ultimate truth is who we owe all our allegiance. Everything we do must be in order to guide humanity to realize that ultimate truth. And so the first step to realizing that ultimate truth is to allow yourself to find comfort, to find peace in being silent, in being within your own spirit, residing within your own body, and perceiving reality from there. Perceiving your life from an objective place that is deep inside of your heart. That place is called the truth that's guiding us, the truth that's driving our interaction with life. And throughout life, we might learn how to hide that truth from ourselves for many different reasons, because there are conflicting spirits within our thoughts, driving to different results, to different realities. And so they hide from each other. And so we're not clear about what we want. And this is all relationships between different pieces of information we picked up along the way. So as we become quiet, we find a way for all spirits to learn how to get along, for all thoughts to find peace in reality, in what is, in what was already created, in what was decided by the forces that created our lives, the forces that created our thoughts, the forces that gave us the privilege of having this experience in the first place. So the more we surrender to them and to their wisdom and to their truth, the more we gain access to ourselves, the more we can see life from the perspective of our true nature, from the perspective of what really matters. The more we can be concerned with the true nature of what's taking place and not concerned with the drama and the noise of those who are trying to have their way. So allow your vision to come within. Realize your vision is the vision that sees your thoughts, the vision that sees your emotions, the vision that perceives within you. Bring your identity from the physical vision that resides within your eyes to the spiritual vision that perceives within your spirit. And find rest, find quiet within that being, within that truth, within your spiritual nature. Find comfort there, because there lies your power. There lies your opportunity. There is hidden your potential. So reside within, bring your attention to your source, to the part of you that sees what you're thinking, that observes and perceives reality. And as you bring your attention to it, you're giving it more power. You're making it more real in your imagination, and you're giving yourself access to perceiving life differently, to seeing life in a way that's more favorable to your spirit, to realizing the true nature of life itself, beneath all the noise, beneath all the drama, beneath all the different interests that drive the activity of life. Come back to that stillness. Find yourself within your heart, in a place where you're completely safe, so that you can find peace.